Okay, are we live? I think we are. What's going on? Hi y'all, happy Sunday. Greetings. We've got a few friends online here with us today. Megan will be here shortly. She's just posting a reel for Aphoria because we have a new video out on Aphoria today. It's good to see all of you. It's a cool. It's cooled off. It's been like really record highs here and beautiful weather, quite frankly, for the last a week or so. And it's cooled off. It's kind of rainy today. It's actually a type of day that I love, where it's kind of cool and kind of rainy, and there's a smell to the air with all of the leaves. It's just great. So it's happy to see all of you. And let's see, who do I have here? Alf is here, and Bill, and let's see, Hug is here. What's up, Hug? Andrew and Sean Bean and Maury is tuning in. Matt is here, and Bruce, and Sound is here. What's up, Sound? And there's Matt and Tom. Right-o, friends. There's Bill and Steven. Excellent. It's good to have all of y'all here. And there's Arrow popping in. What's going on? And yeah, so I shouldn't just waste time until Megan's here. I'll start out. We'll start going. If you have any questions for me, feel free to drop them in the chat. I will try to get to them. Our task today is to let you know a little bit about my thoughts on what we've done recently. And are we not doing okay? Where are you? All I have is buffered pic, no sound. Keeps buffering here. Well, shit. I'm not sure, friends. It feels okay to me. Everything looks like it's coming in okay. If it gets really, okay, stream's fine. Yay. Good. I'm going to keep going then, friends. Let me first talk about what we were up to last week, and then we will get to what's coming up this week. It was a big week last week, and I'm really looking forward to the upcoming selections that we have this week. We started off last week with some Slipknot. We did The Devil and I, and I was really taken by that piece. It was really intense, and sadly, the version of that reaction that I wanted to put out on YouTube, I was not able to, because the video portion of that Slipknot reaction was blocked. I uploaded it to YouTube without the video, with just the audio, and so that's what we put on YouTube. If you would like to see the reaction that I plan to do, it's available on my Patreon. You don't have to be a paying member to see this, y'all. So for the stuff that gets blocked on YouTube, I put it on my Patreon just so people can have access to it as intended. So that's available from us to you. On Wednesday, we looked at Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan. It's the suite from the anime, and it's written by Hiroyuki Sawano. I was really impressed with his music. I grooved on it. There was a lot of great sounds in that. Wonderful vocals. It reminds me. It just reminds me how much good stuff there is out there. So, and to not be afraid to dive into something that you haven't heard before. So if you haven't heard that and you like progressive music, I think you'll dig it, friends. It's really good stuff. Yeah, Andrew, the hardest thing that I did this week was pronounce their names and try to translate German on the fly, y'all. Really fascinating. I didn't expect to be using my German on an anime tune, but there it was, and I thought it was a really good episode, and so I encourage you to take a look at that one if you have not yet seen it. On Thursday, I released my interview with Nick DiVirgilio, and I really enjoyed talking with him. We were talking about his new album that's coming out with Ross Jennings and Neil Morse. They are called DiVirgilio, Morse, and Jennings, and their new album is called Sophomore, and it's coming out soon. We were talking about that album. We were also talking about his work in Big Big Train, and several other things. It's a relatively short interview because he was fitting me in. He had a busy schedule the day that I talked to him. But it's between 20 and 30 minutes, and we get through quite a bit of information, and I enjoyed talking with Nick. Now, I have talked with Nick and Neil Morse and with Ross Jennings all on the channel, so I've got all three of them covered. And they're all great musicians, and these guys really know how to put a record together. They're great songwriters, great singers. They sound well together, and I'm looking forward to having that album, Sophomore, come out next month, not too long. And let's see, thank you very well. Matt says I did pretty good with the pronunciations. T-Bone says German is a beautiful language. I think so. I learned German. I started learning German in high school. I did 3 or 4 years of it in high school, and then when I decided to continue looking at music as my major in college, German became my foreign language. Because it's helpful to have German, especially as a composer. There's a lot of writings from great Germanic composers, as well as the repertoire that they wrote. So that's been really great for me to have in my back pocket. My German's a little rusty. I haven't used it in a long time. It's the vocabulary that leaves me. But not too bad, not too bad. So happy to have German under my belt there. Let's see. Sean Bean asks, have I heard anything from the band Ultimate Spinach? No, I haven't. I'm sorry, I have not listened to that one, or I don't know that one, but I'm up for it. So send me a link or something, and I'll see what I can do. On Friday, last week, on Friday, I finished up the week with a reaction to the horror movie Halloween. The theme itself. I didn't react to the whole movie. I might, actually, at some point in the future, I might watch that movie and film the reaction. I've never done a full movie reaction, y'all, but I wanted to include something topical, something timely for this time of year. And the movies, the horror movies, are part and parcel of spooky season. So Halloween, I've never seen the movie, and I've only sort of I was vaguely familiar with the theme, and it was wonderful to try to figure out what he was up to, what John Carpenter was up to with that theme, and how it all fits together. It's got a really interesting chromatic third relationship that makes it just uneasy and off kilter a little bit. It's also got that 5/4 asymmetrical meter in it, so that's a fun episode if you want to take a look at that one. It's on YouTube. Andrew says, don't know if you knew this, but the original mask in Halloween was a latex mask of William Shatner. Really? Captain Kirk? It wasn't a was it like, did it look like Captain Kirk, or was it just a I don't, that's interesting. Hallelujah, look at that. Okay. I wonder if they could have got William Shatner to be Michael Myers underneath the mask. You never know. You never know. So that was fun to get to that one on Friday. And then I had an opportunity to slip an episode in on Saturday without y'all even knowing. And it's another interview. I had the opportunity this past week to chat with a couple of really wonderful musicians and people. Christian Nesmith and Cersei Link. They are a duo, a band, and also husband and wife, and they have a prog album, a progressive rock album called Cosmologica that is out, and we actually listened to it as a community on our music club a few months ago, and it got back to them that we had reviewed their piece, and they reached out to me and said, thank you, and we would love to chat with you. And so that's what we did. And so we had a wonderful conversation this past week. We talked about their piece, Cosmologica, and as well as Christian's work with Mickey Dolenz singing the music of his father, Mike Nesmith, who was in the Monkees, right, with Mickey Dolenz. And so Dolenz Sings Nesmith is out, and Christian does all of the arrangements. And yeah, Christian is Michael's son, and their guitar channel, and a wonderful musician, and he plays everything on these albums. They're incredible. And so take a look at that interview that I dropped on Saturday. It's one of my absolute favorite interviews, conversations that I've had. That's the first time we'd ever chatted, and it was like we were old friends. And so I very much look forward to talking with them again. And their music is worthy, friends. So there we go. Am I still stuck in time? Uh-oh. Y'all, I'm just gonna keep going, friends, because at some point it'll hopefully record everything, and we'll be okay. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to fix it, y'all. It seems okay from my end. Okay, I'm gonna keep rolling. Sieg says, we won the World Rugby Cup last night. Well done, South Africa. And the Springboks. Awesome. Didn't know about that. Okay. So some of y'all are having issues and some of y'all aren't. Sorry about those of you that are struggling. But I'm going to keep on rolling. Maury says, Doug, have you probably heard the original Dream Theater drummer is back in the band, Mike Portnoy? Yes, I have. And I have pretty strong feelings about it. I'm actually pretty excited about it. As a new fan, relatively new fan to Dream Theater, it's going to be really lovely for me and some other new fans to get a chance to see the band live, to see the classic lineup live. And I think I'm going to do some Dream Theater next Monday. And I think I may put up a poll about it, because I'm not sure which one I want to go to, but I want to go to a Portnoy era tune and kind of celebrate the return of Mike Portnoy to the band. And so I think I'm going to do that next Monday. But yeah, I have heard, and our community has been buzzing about it, y'all, for some time. So that'll be not this coming week, but the following week, okay? It's getting to be that point in the year where the calendar is getting really kind of squashed, and we've got a lot to do before the end of the year, and it's going to be quite a fun time. So let's talk about this coming week, shall we? We start with Monday, a Metal Monday right before Halloween. So, what should I do? What should I do for Metal Monday on the Monday before Halloween? I've recorded it, and we went with Alice Cooper, y'all. I haven't recorded any reactions to Alice Cooper's music on the channel before. There you go, Bill. Alice Cooper. Welcome to My Nightmare is where we're going. Here's the thing. I recorded it on Saturday, and it's blocked currently. I'm hoping I can get it unblocked before tomorrow, but I'm planning to release Welcome to My Nightmare by Alice Cooper tomorrow on our Metal Monday. We also have a a fan favorites, another fan favorites video coming up, y'all. I don't know. I'm distracted. I'm distracted looking at all of your comments because I want you to hear me. I'm sorry, it's buffering. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the YouTube algorithm or whatever it's doing. It seems fine on my end. Okay, focus, Doug. What am I up to? Okay, fan favorites. We're gonna do fan favorites this week on and it's this month. We're doing Diamonds in the Rough, and it's an international edition. So what we did is we've done this before, where I wanted our community to bring forward some suggestions for musicians that are relatively unknown, that don't have a lot of views worldwide or listens worldwide, but that we really like and that we want to lift up to our community, especially. And we called it Diamonds in the Rough. That was awesome when we did that. This time, we're doing Diamonds in the Rough, and it's an international edition. And what we mean by that is I was specifically looking for bands and musicians that were outside of North America or England or Western Europe. The types of bands and musicians that we include almost exclusively here most of the time. I wanted to see if we could get outside of that paradigm, and we had a lot of participation, and I think we've got a good rundown. So I'm going to be looking at that this coming week, and I'm excited about it. Dragon says that YouTube is struggling around the world, so that makes me feel a little bit better that I didn't break it. So maybe somebody else did. I'm looking forward though to the fan favorites this week. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to be able to get to it. Hopefully on Tuesday, but it might be Wednesday or Thursday. So patrons, watch your inbox for that. I also have an extended play lounge that is coming up this week, and I'm excited for this one because it's going to be Steven Wilson, the Raven that refused to sing. It's coming up. It was voted in by our patrons, and we had several that were in there that were kind of spooky or ghost stories or something for this type of year. Megan's coming in.
Yeah.
And so we put up 5 different albums, and the Steven Wilson one, The Raven That Refused to Sing. One, I have the vinyl to that, and I've only heard the title track and luminol on that one, and I look forward to hearing the whole thing. So there you go.
Great.
Okay, Megan, welcome in. I'm glad that you're here. We're having weird issues because sometimes some people are.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you are. First of all, I apologize for my tardiness.
It's okay.
But it's really great to be here with y'all. And you.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, there's something weird going on.
I don't know what to do. We'll keep talking and.
Buckets Doug broke the internet.
Wouldn't be the first time.
That's funny. Hi, everyone. I'm saying all the hellos. Hello, hello, hello.
Excellent.
Hi.
Excellent.
It's great to see y'all.
Yeah. So So I've got 2 big videos for our patrons this week.
Yes.
The extended play lounge, the whole album of The Raven That Refused to Sing, as well as our fan favorites of some international Diamonds in the Rough. And so I'm looking forward to getting those out.
I love this fan favorite.
I'm not sure when they're going to drop, friends. I'm not sure when they're going to drop, but I will get to them this week as I am able to. Thank you, Arrow, for putting that in. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Be specific for those who aren't looking at the chat. Putting in the link to our Patreon, patreon.com/Doug Helvering.
We won't bite. Come on over. It's a good time, y'all.
And just know, you can also, Patreon's doing a new thing. It used to be that you could follow a Patreon page, whatever you call it, refer to it as a page, Patreon page,
Yeah.
a Patreon. Anyway, it used to be you could like follow a Patreon, and now they've like changed that so that you can actually have what I think they refer to it as a free membership.
Yeah.
Now
That's new.
that's brand new, so we're just exploring it. But what it means at this point in time on our Patreon is when we have a video that gets blocked here on YouTube, we'll put that over on Patreon, and if you are a free member or one of our paying patrons, you can have access to see those blocked videos.
Yep.
They're on
That's
our
where we'll put 'em.
Patreon. We'll have some other tidbits and stuff here and there for free members, but
Cool.
yeah, at this point, that's definitely what's available, and we'll update with some other things here and there.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's available on our Patreon. Let's see. Alistair called it. Good job, Alistair. Alistair said, I would suggest Scaretale by Nightwish for Halloween. Well, I'm not doing it on Halloween. Halloween falls on the 31st this year.
Which is
It's always on the 31st, but on this year especially, Halloween's on
Right.
the 31st. I'm going to do Scaretale by Nightwish on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And this one comes specifically from our good friend Carrie, who has requested this one, especially for her birthday, which
Yes.
is this week. So
which is
Nightwish,
her birthday on Halloween?
I think it is. And I don't think that I'm
a
not.
Halloween birthday.
I don't normally do YouTube releases on Tuesday because I'm working
Right.
on Patreon
yeah,
stuff.
Tuesdays for Patreon.
So I
stuff.
think on Wednesday we're gonna do Nightwish Scaretale,
nice.
and this one features Annette on the vocals. And
Awesome.
So I'm looking forward to hearing that one. I don't think I've ever heard it before, but from what it is described to me, it's a really neat little take on fairy tales and like stories, and kind of, you know, it's a spooky song. So
like
yeah.
fairy tales meets like symphonic metal music, like,
Yeah.
kind of.
rock
That's
and
cool,
roll,
that's
Matt.
cool. I like that.
I'm
I
glad
can
we
dig-
finally
I
get
can
to
dig
it.
that.
Matt says he suggested Scaretale last year, and
Oh,
I don't think we got it.
For
But
Halloween
we're gonna do it
favorites.
this year, and I'm excited to get to it. So Scaretale from Nightwish is on Wednesday. We're going to continue the haunted house or the scary theme. Since I got through Halloween, I figured I can do it, y'all. We're gonna do on Thursday. On Thursday, it's Genesis, Home by the Sea, and the second Home by the Sea. And this one comes to us
So
from.
it's like a part one, part two.
I think
kind
so.
of
It's
situation?
they're Tony
Okay.
Band. These are two songs that
Okay.
come back to back on the Genesis album, the self-titled album that was released in 1983, I believe. And I'm going to do the live version that has both of them together, and it's a haunted house story. So that would be fun for us. We haven't
Cool.
done music by Genesis in a hot second, so I thought it would be great to get back to some Genesis as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, Andrew Marsh says Home by the Sea is about ghosts. So there you go.
I like it.
Sam told us that it would be good for Halloween week, and that's where we're putting it. So yeah, that's on Thursday. On Friday, I am going to be doing a look into a pretty classic song,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah.
It's
gonna
called
be awesome.
It's called When the Levee Breaks.
Yep.
And I know that there is a classic, well-known version by Led Zeppelin. There's
But-
also, but Led Zeppelin, they didn't write it.
Correct.
It was originally written and recorded in the late 20s. So there's going to be, I think we have access to an older, like original recording from like 1929 that we can take a look at, and then see what Led Zeppelin did to it and how theirs sounds. And I don't think I've ever heard the Led Zeppelin version, friends. I don't know the song, quite frankly.
Okay.
And and then we'll do a third one, a version of the same song, When the Levee Breaks by a Perfect Circle. So that's going to be a lot of fun. On a Masterpiece Friday, we're going to look at 3 different versions of a classic song, originally recorded in the late 20s, done by Led Zeppelin, and then done by A Perfect Circle. Cretino says it's his favorite Led Zeppelin song. Awesome. We did it. We're going to do it. So that's our week, friends. That is our week. Monday, it's Welcome to My Nightmare from Alice Cooper.
Hoping it gets unblocked in time.
Yeah, hoping we can get it unblocked. Wednesday is going to be Scaretale from Nightwish. I went through, I've heard some from Nightwish really early and really late. I don't think that I've heard Annette much before. Maybe once or twice, but it'll be good to hear that song, and that's for our friend Carrie who suggested that one. The Genesis one that we're going to do.
Carrie's birthday.
Yeah, and the Genesis one that we're going to do on Thursday, Home by the Sea. I think Guitar Channel, that's what you're referring to. No, it's not from Invisible Touch. It's from their self-titled album from 1983. From what I remember.
I think that's correct. When Andrew says we can't dance.
I'm sorry, Cretino. Thank you. Apologies. I didn't mean to misgender you. Dragon Fan says, too bad you're not playing The Fall of the House of Usher for Halloween week. That was scary last night. Ray scared the crap out of all of us. It was, we put that up in our poll. It didn't win. The Stephen Wilson Raven That Refused to Sing won that poll, so that's why we're doing that one this week. But when we figured out that it wasn't going to be winning that poll, we had a music club, and it was spurred on by our friend Ray.
Was the music club, though, for The Fall of the House of Usher?
Yeah.
I thought it was for something else.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
I thought it was for the Alan Parsons Project.
Yeah, well, that's on that album.
Oh, it is? Okay,
yeah, so Tales of Mystery, I can't remember, the Tales of Something is the name of the album. And then The Fall of the House of Usher is a suite that's on that's on that album. And it relates specifically to poems by Poe, yeah, Edgar Allan Poe. I was about to say
that's not one that I'm familiar with.
I was about to say William Blake, and I knew it wasn't right. So thank you for saving me there.
The House of Usher is not something that was not familiar to me, so I'm happy to learn.
Yeah.
And I want to go check it out. If it's that creepy
Tales
and
of Mystery and Imagination.
If it's that creepy and spooky,
it was awesome.
That sounds cool to me.
It was really awesome.
I'm sorry I didn't get to attend.
Alan Parsons was very much involved in Dark Side of the Moon as an engineer, right? And he was invited to come back and work with Pink Floyd on Wish You Were Here, and he instead wanted to keep working on his own stuff. And I think what he was working on, or deciding to work on instead, was this album. And that suite, The Fall of the House of Usher, is remarkable, friends. It's like really orchestral and symphonic. Cool. They've got real brass instruments in there, and
I love it.
It's really fascinating.
That's great.
So I enjoyed it. We listened to that in its entirety in our music club last night. So that was great. What else is going on here?
I was going to say, I saw that Arrow wrote in the chat earlier that for those who are still having trouble seeing this live stream right now, Arrow mentioned in the chat that we're recording and this seems to be going just fine. And so the whole entirety of this live stream should be available on our channel later. It just seems, for whatever reason, YouTube's bandwidth right now is so
let's see. Thursday, Genesis, Home by the Sea, Friday.
Oh, Doug's putting the week in the chat.
When the levee breaks. Yeah, somebody asked me to.
Cool.
Perfect. That's what we're up to. Yeah.
Friday when the levee breaks, 3 ways.
3 ways. It's a big week for me. There's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff
that I need to get to this
Yeah.
week. Once again, Monday, Welcome to My Nightmare from Alice Cooper. We've got Scaretale from Nightwish. We've got Home by the Sea from Genesis. When the Levee Breaks, 3 different ways, including Led Zeppelin and A Perfect Circle.
Yep.
All
on Friday.
All of The Raven That Refused to Sing, and like 8 or 9 tunes from from unknown artists around the world for our Patreon.
Yes, indeed.
I will be busy this week.
There's a lot going on.
So thank you for keeping me busy, friends.
Yep.
If
we'll
I'm
be busy. I'll help you research.
there we go. If I'm busy, that means that there is still demand, and we're still going forward, and everybody's on board. So
and we're having a good time
it's
doing
very
it. So
it's very helpful.
Yeah.
To have you all on board.
We're very thankful to have all of you on board.
Let's see, what were y'all asking about? Maury asked, what is the photo on your behind left? You mean over here? You mean that one? That's a Syrah print.
Yeah, it's a print of
Sunday in the Park with George. Yeah, that's that print. Maury, John Frantic, thank you for asking about our friend John. John is out of the country. John is in Europe.
Yes.
And he is
pursuing his PhD.
He has started his doctoral work, and he is busy. So
he actually got to go on a little trip over the last few days, and they were doing a whole bunch of stuff, but one thing they got to do was they were in a wooded natural area, and they were doing some sound collecting there in the woods, which looked really cool, and I'm so into that, utilizing sounds from nature in music, in like ambient music, stuff we do on Aphoria. Oh, speaking of which, we do have a new Aphoria video out today, and it is another like nature ambience kind of thing. So if you like the sound of like flowing water, I personally find a lot of peace and serenity with flowing water, like river sounds or waterfalls or what have you, rain falling. So this one is, the image is like a riverside coffee shop, like out on the patio, outdoor patio by a river. So you're hearing the sound of the river, you hear just a little bit of voices murmuring from a few people who are like there at the cafe with you, and you hear some birds, like bird sound, light bird sound, and so that's the mix of audio that you get with today's new Aphoria video. It is really lovely and serene and calm, and it's something that I plan to use to listen to while I'm working on stuff, because having the light bit of chatter, it kind of feels like you're there in that setting. You can pull your laptop out on the table there on the riverside patio,
just work along with it
and work with that sound palette surrounding you. Oh, and there's like, it's an autumn scene, so it's like fall foliage and leaves falling. It's beautiful.
It's great stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all were talking about what's behind us on the other side here. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, this is the Lucky Man. This is the lyrics.
What a lucky man.
He was. Yeah, so this is was sent to us by one of our friends, and it's calligraphy by Greg Lake. And Greg Lake signed it. It's one of my prized possessions. I love this. It's the lyrics to Lucky Man, and Greg, check it out.
A friend sent it. One of your listeners sent it to you, right?
Yep. And then there's Greg's signature.
Yep.
Yep. It's
awesome.
it's just wonderful.
It's really beautiful.
We enjoy everything that's in our little studio here, including my new chair. It's right over here. I put out a couple of shorts recently.
Yeah.
That features me sitting in the chair. That's part of the contract that I had with the company to put out some shorts to and a video to thank them and show the chair in action.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. I'm gonna relax in it this afternoon and listen to a couple of albums.
I just want to say super fast about the chair. This is not just advertising or fulfilling, you know, of an obligation to a sponsor. Honest to goodness, the chair has done a lot of good for Doug, because Doug suffers daily from lower back issues and knee issues and other such things. This chair, honest to goodness, is a real
it's been helpful.
Is a huge boost for
It's been really helpful for
Doug.
me.
Yes, it's been extremely helpful. He can recline in it. It has lumbar support. It's very relaxing.
Yeah.
He can ice his back on it and just let his body rest in a comfortable, supportive way. I'm not just pushing a product here. This is honestly
It's good stuff.
So beneficial to Doug, and we're very grateful.
Yeah, it's been great for me, and so yeah, it keeps me in good health and moving forward, so I can keep making more videos for y'all. So it's all good.
We didn't have a piece of furniture that was good for that for you prior to
Not
this.
as good as what we
Not
have
as
now.
good as this.
So I tell you what, y'all, I think let's curtail the broadcast here, since we're having so many buffering issues.
Sorry, guys.
I'm gonna finish up and then try to get it uploaded and processed and available for people as soon as I can, because we have announced what we're up to, and I think that we're gonna call it a day. One more time before we leave. What is up this week? We're making the most of this spooky season and Halloween week, so it's going to be, if I can get it unblocked, it's Alice Cooper, Welcome to My Nightmare on Monday.
Yep.
On Wednesday, it's Scaretale by Nightwish, and on Thursday we're doing Home by the Sea by Genesis, and then on Friday, When the Levee Breaks, we're going to do 3 versions of that. I remember Ray asked which versions. I'm going to do the original version from 1929. I'm planning on doing the Led Zeppelin version and the cover by A Perfect Circle. And that's a band that I have really enjoyed, but I haven't listened to as much as I would like. So I know that they have a really great cover of it as well. For our patrons this week, we've got an extended play lounge episode featuring all of Stephen Wilson's The Raven That Refused to Sing. That's going to be like coming home for me, because that song, The Raven That Refused to Sing, was my introduction to progressive rock, and listening intently with great affection for the art form. That was, I first heard that, oh gosh, it's been 2016 or 17, so it's relatively recent in my life that I've heard that. And then I think I've only heard Luminol from that album. So the rest of it is going to be a first time listen for me. I'm looking forward to that. And then we have our fan favorites featuring Diamonds in the Rough, great musicians that are lesser known from around the world, that our patrons have suggested and upvoted. So I'm
excited for that.
I'm really looking forward to all of it. Really sorry for the inconsistency with the podcast today. I did hear Drive Home. That's right, Arrow. Thank you very much. True. So, yeah, that's going to be a great one. I'm excited for that. I can't wait to do all of this. So I'm going to sign off. We are going to sign off, have some lunch, And then maybe I'll see if I can get one or two of these done even today before I call it a day. So it's going to be a great week, and we will see you along the way.
Working hard for y'all.
Yeah, we'll see y'all along the way, friends. So tomorrow, premiere at 4:30.
Yes.
As usual. So we will see you then, and I think that's going to call it a day. So.
All right. Lots of love, everybody.
Lots of love, friends. Cheers.
We'll see you
I'm
soon.
gonna see if I can get this going. You know, we hardly got it started. How do we end the damn thing? I gotta like check the wires over there. I think I need to hit this button.